The United States is under attack right now and has been for the last several months. Steady, straightforward. The United States government, or the people that are puppeteering the United States government, have killed over 12,000 people in the last couple of months. Hurricane Helene was absolutely 100% conjured up by the United States or whoever controls the United States, okay? I call them the elites because it's easier to say in a video. They also absolutely just decimated LA. And before they decimate LA, the government that's supposed to protect and serve the people of the United States of America should have made it illegal for State Farm to simply cancel everybody's fire insurance, just like they canceled or didn't honor everybody's flood insurance. Do you see what I'm saying? They just killed more people, twice the amount of people, 3 times the amount of people that died on 9/11. And for that, we went to war. But when they do it to us using weather as a weapon and the footprint and proof of weather being a weapon is all over the internet. It's not a surprise, it's not a secret, and it isn't anything new. It's astonishing to me how people are still, some people are walking around going, I think the government is covering this up for terrorists. Terrorists did this to LA. You're right, terrorists did do it. Terrorists are the ones that run the world. Terrorists are the ones that send all the best, most capable young men of the nation to the military to war. War where the only people that gain are the people sending people to war. Just like it's always been, time immemorial, nothing new under the sun. And it's astonishing to me how people are being sidetracked with every other stupid thing under the sun, like smart dust and fog. They tested the fog. 3 separate places tested the fog. One guy found a slight bit of bacteria that was similar to something they think they sprayed back in the 50s. But he didn't find any smart dust. Smart dust isn't invisible. It's not a non-entity. It's microscopic. And when you test fog samples, 3 separate samples thus far, for pathogens or carcinogens or contagions, you would see smart dust. Smart dust was done to us 25 years ago, well before they came out and told us about smart dust, just like every other time. So people that are getting sidetracked with the psyops that the government's running to sidetrack you from the psyops that the government's running are doing their subscribers and their followers an enormous disservice. This is the New World Order. Donald Trump, like I told you back in 2015, is one of them. He still is. And the fact that he's sitting down with Bill Gates after Bill Gates gave $50 million to Kamala, it doesn't matter. Bill Gates is just as evil as Bill Gates has always been, and Donald Trump is exactly like Bill Gates, just in another arena. And right now, they're using him expertly.
Have you met with Donald Trump since the election?
Yeah, I had a chance to go have a long and actually quite intriguing dinner with him.
What did you discuss? What was intriguing?
Well, we touched on a lot of things. It was over 3 hours. To my surprise, it was, just he and I, his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, and the person who helps manage things for me, Larry Cohen. So the 4 of us sat there, and it was quite wide-ranging. Global health's the area that I work in, and such amazing things have happened and can happen there. I spoke a lot about HIV and that the foundation's literally working on a cure for that. We're at an early stage, and so he, in the COVID days, accelerated the vaccine innovation. So I, was asking him if maybe the same kind of thing could be done here, and we both got, I think, pretty excited about that. We talked about polio, where we're very close to getting that done, but if you stop, it'll spread back. And so I explained why it's been tough in Pakistan, Afghanistan. We've had cases show up in Gaza. We have cases in Africa. And he was fascinated to hear what he could do to maximize the chance that during the next 4 years, that incredible milestone will be achieved. I felt like he was, energized and, looking forward to helping to drive innovation. You know, I was frankly impressed with how well he showed a lot of interest in the issues I brought up.
To convince everybody that otherwise would stand up for their rights, their right to be on this earth without being messed with constantly by the people that are the terrorists, absolutely 100% blows me away. So recently, a bunch of quote-unquote truth channels have been pushing the fog, the magical, mystical fog that's full of smart dust and diseases, making people sick all over the world. Well, sadly for them, the fog has been tested by 3 different people that I know of that have posted their results. And here's the deal. If there was any smart dust isn't invisible, it's microscopic. Nobody found smart dust in samples from 3 different places on Earth. One of them found a little bit of a bacteria which can actually travel in fog or rain or rivers or oceans, etc. You know what I mean? You drink bad water, you poop liquid for a week. It happens. And then the media put out, they re-drummed. Remember back in the old days we talked about the military doing Operation Sea Spray, spraying bacteria all over people out in California, trying to see if they got sick? They didn't. Which is why they use. If you're going to get sick, it has to be injected. Or your body just decided you've eaten too much fluoride, medication, GMOs, barium, strontium, aluminum, and your body needs to be sick to make itself well again. That's how the body works. People pushing this are pushing what's called a mass psychosis. You notice the fog showed up right after the drones, and then people started talking about the fog and not the drones? I have made videos that have totaled over 490,000 views. In all those videos, I asked people if they were getting sick from the fog, or if they worked at a hospital that would deal with people getting sick from the fog, to hit me up. You know how many have? 2. You know what their answer was? Nada. So don't fall for it, people, all right? They did something that self-perpetuated. They put out fog and let the internet run with it. And boy, does the internet run. You may want to focus on the fact that Donald Trump is literally announcing the 10 kingdoms mentioned in the Bible. He's bringing in the New World Order, the one world government, AI, and Elon is going to help push this entire thing. And in case you didn't know, Elon is caught in a huge kerfuffle because he's going on Joe Rogan and other platforms claiming to be the world's best video gamer in Quake and Diablo 4.
Obviously, the very big story lately, you've probably all seen the headlines, is how Elon Musk might be faking his Path of Exile 2 gameplay. If we're being completely honest here, he's obviously faking it. But with every single major video game outlet and commentator giving their opinions, I wanted to weigh in myself and see if I can't do a sort of much more comprehensive top-down overview, because I think a lot of people are fixating on individual aspects of the story without looking at the broader picture. Obviously, the title is a little bit extreme, I'll admit that, but what exactly should you call it when the world's richest businessman, who's supposedly going to send the human race to Mars with his various companies, also happens to have the incoming president's overwhelming favor as he gets appointed to official positions in government reform for the most powerful nation on Earth? What exactly do you call it when that man is outright faking his own prominence in popular video games, claiming to be either one of the best or the actual top speedrunner in Diablo 4, one of the top 10 global players in Path of Exile 2, hardcore Path of Exile 2 at that, and systematically misrepresenting himself as better and more talented than he really is, as far back as the 1990s. I call that pathetic. Here's the thing. To properly explain just how sad this whole saga actually is, we need to start at the very, very beginning, and we need to cover a number of different games because the most recent accusations of faking his Path of Exile 2 progress by using an account that someone else has progressed for him, despite those accusations being the most immediate and the most damning by far, the most recent accusations from Path of Exile 2, they don't actually tell the full story, not by a long shot. To really get inside the mind of Elon Musk, supposed master of gaming, business genius, political revolutionary, tech mogul, and internet troll, we have to start by talking about Quake. I'll get there to Path of Exile 2, but as the controversy picked up steam, old clips began surfacing rapidly, where Elon Musk had said things like this.
It's not a super long-term career being a pro gamer. I was semi-pro back in ancient times with Quake. So I actually made money they had the first paid tournament in the US.
Nice.
And we came second. We would have come first, except I was the second best guy on the team. Best guy on the team's computer crashed halfway through the game, so we came second in the end. But I put ridiculous amounts of time into Quake.
That's interesting to me, not just because I used to personally know someone who was an early professional Quake player, but also because the way he makes it sound, the only reason that he didn't win the first ever cash prize Quake tournament was because a player on his team disconnected. He was the second best on the team, and they would have won, but not for this unfortunate circumstance. That's pretty impressive. Just to underscore that point, here's a clip on Lex Fridman where Elon Musk reiterates that he was maybe one of the best Quake players in the world.
And I'm pretty, admittedly I'm 52, so my reflexes are not what they used to be, but I have a lifetime of playing video games. At one point I was, maybe one of the best Quake players in the world. I actually won money in what I think was the first paid esports tournament in the US.
Well, just
Elon Musk, when he went on Joe Rogan, I'm looking at it right now, claimed that he was in the top 10 of this video game called Diablo, because of course he would, right? And then he also said that he was this unbelievable poker player, Texas Hold'em. How does this guy do all these different things while running SpaceX, while running Tesla, while running with Donald Trump? How does he do all these things? Well, I just found out. Apparently, after him bragging about how good he was at this video game on Joe Rogan, the video game community has a way of finding out if that's true. And it's not. Apparently, Elon also goes online, plays video games live with other people around the world, and pretends he's a 20-year-old, and you can literally hear him. It's Elon. Nobody else talks like a person that's mentally retarded like Elon does. But he's a super genius. That's the joke, people. That's the joke. Because none of this is real. Elon's placed in that spot. Elon is what Donald Trump wishes he was as far as how people perceive him. But apparently, the poker community has also discovered that Elon is also lying. Why would you lie? You're already Elon Musk. You're the richest man in the world somehow. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see the update, but whatever. It used to be Bill Gates, but everybody hates him, so now it's Elon Musk. Okay, I get it. Cool. All right. Fourth Industrial Revolution. Here we go. But this guy's lying about who he is when he's online. He pretends he's a 20-year-old. Then he says he's the best video game at this particular game, and that whole community figured out a way to prove that he was lying, and now the poker community has come out and shown that he's lying. And now the poker community has come out and shown that he's lying. So does it all make sense now? This guy is without a doubt in league with Satan.